Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good. So
December
we are at the end of November.
December 1st today.
Yep. And you've run some numbers for Barrie condos in the last week.
Yeah. So currently right now the condo market's sitting with 168 active listings on the board. And where I'm seeing some sales before we dig deep into the numbers, we're seeing, days on market keep getting longer and longer for a lot of price points. And we know the price points, when I say higher price points, I'm going to say 8 and above. And there's only a few buildings that offer those price points, and it's Nautica and it's Toronto Street. So they're continuing to sit. But I saw two conditional sales in that building today. One at 600 and change, one bedroom, penthouse, I believe, 15th floor. Days on market was 92 days on market. Took a long time to
Wow.
sell it. Another one was 845, and I think that had over 120 days. So kind of shocked, but whatever. It'd be interesting to see what they actually sell for, and kind of see, you know, how much
How
push.
close, yeah,
Yeah,
how close to list price? Because,
right,
in general, the longer it sits, the less you're getting.
right. Unless there's that buyer that wants to really want it, but as a listing agent, holy cow, like your feistiness and stuff, it's going out the door every day. It sits longer, and then how do you fight it? It's tough at times, right? So it'd be interesting to see what the sale price, the list price is going to be on those units in there. Um, Everything in the lower end, even the lower end, like I've seen a lot of high days on markets. I'm seeing one that jumps out at me on Blake Street. It's a one bedroom, 409,000, I believe. The condo fees are 900 and change. So there goes that. No young buyer is going in there and paying $1,000 in condo fees. So that's just
No.
sitting triple digits. So I'm not seeing a lot of activity, but in saying that, we'll give one hint. Let me just get my notes. 12 sales this year, 10 last year. So they're up 2 sales. Kind of
Wow.
surprised at that. I went, wow, that's usually we're seeing, it cut in half, but so it's up. So, we again, November was pretty quiet, but near the last week, some little things, some activity kind of picked up in the market. But, I expect now that we're in December that things are gonna, even
Die
bottom,
out.
just normal, right? Like,
Yeah.
and we're gonna start seeing, listings drop off. Let's wait till the new year. People don't want to be bugged during those holiday seasons. The buyers aren't there. You know, take it off the market is the right thing to do if there's no activity,
Well,
right?
and the detached were only two sales off as well.
Yeah.
So they were down by two, but there wasn't a big change. Like we're almost still on par from last year.
Absolutely. And we're seeing that, right? Like everyone's kind of saying, oh God, like things are there's more room to go down. There's this. We're not seeing that right now. And I don't know if we're gonna see that, right? Like look at all the news articles that are coming out that you shared with me this week about, oh, the Bank of Canada is kind of worried now with all these renewals coming up and kind of pressures Canadians are going to feel. And, how are they going to help them out? Well, I kind of like how they helped them out with the stress test was kind of good, but I think there's more to come. There could be some more
Well,
to come
this
as
is the thing,
individual.
in 2017, we saw a total about face when they made the stress test universal.
Yeah.
Like a government rule or a government change in policy can change everything overnight.
100%.
And, I'm getting a lot of people on YouTube saying the worst is yet to come. The worst is yet to
Right.
come.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how they know that because we don't know that.
Right.
Nobody knows that. The government can change everything, boom, in 1 second, and the world changes.
100%. So we
We've
don't
seen
know.
it in our career how many times?
Oh,
Like
many times we've seen that.
many times.
Yeah. So I think you're dead on there. And I think, you know what, it's going to be, and I think there's a lot of people still sitting on the sidelines to see how all this plays out, see how the new year comes
They
along,
are.
right? Because we're not, footsteps are down, showings are down. We see it in the listings. We don't see it very much. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what this new year brings us.
Now with the 12 sales, how many are they mostly low?
So I took the range. So I didn't go through them all and look at them. So lowest one was 360,000, and the highest one was 533,000.
Oh God.
So lower price points, right? And the one at 360, I believe that was at Bell Farm, and it sold pretty quick. Manageable condo fees, right? Decent layouts, older building, but
Really cheap condo. Yeah.
and they do okay there. So, and then, and then the ones that are, like example, looking at the Bay Shores in detail at certain price points on Dunlop, high condo fees sitting triple days on market. So the condo fees are really impacting what is selling in those categories today.
Well, in Bayshore, though, people don't realize all the utilities are included.
Yes, they are.
Even basic cable, I believe.
Yes.
Everything's there.
Yeah.
So that fee is all you're gonna pay.
Yeah, but even for my condo, like water's included, as right? My heat AC last month's bill was $62.
Yeah.
I turned the heat on this morning a bit because it was a little bit chilly, but I think that might have been the third time since I've been here since July.
Yeah.
So, but again, people are not looking at, they're going, holy shit, that's a high fee. That's $900 a month. That's a lot of money.
Well, they still have to be approved too.
100%. And that fee's going in there.
Yeah, the
Right?
fee goes into your approval rate because you have to pay it every month. So that's
Right.
like having another $1,000 on your mortgage.
Right. It's a lot of money. So
It is.
let's go through some numbers and we can continue our chat. So when I explain these numbers, I want the audience to understand these. When I say days on market, these are all active listings, and we broke them down by range, 300, 400, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to go through those in detail, and I'm going to give them the average days on market as that price point group. So example, 300 to 400,000, there's 16 listings. Average days on market for those 16 listings is 43 days. Some are lower, some are higher. And I saw some things, I wrote some notes, low price points not selling, high days on market for low prices. We're seeing that. We're seeing triple digits in some of those ranges. And Blake Street kind of jumps out at me in those ranges, even though it was 409. High condo fees are impacting even low prices today.
Yeah.
When I see one sold on Goodwin as well this week, low fee sold pretty quick. I think the fee was 320. That's manageable. That's okay. Right. So that was good. 400 to 500 price range. There's 48 listings. One jumps out at me again. I'm going to talk about again. It's that one on Albert Street, 2 beds, 409, condo fees, $887.49. That's a big fee for a 400K property.
Yeah,
right?
it is. Yeah.
Building gold, right?
Yeah.
Building gold. And Bayshore was another one with I noticed in that price range for 1 bedrooms. Expensive condo fees. Yes, everything's included, but it still
scares people away.
Again, I agree. And average days on market for that group as a whole of the 48 listings, average days is 110 days on market.
Wow.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
And that's going to change every day if it doesn't sell, right?
Yeah.
And to the viewers, this is November. We're not, footsteps are, slow. So to be expected, but some of these listings are triple days on market. So they're taking some time, and I believe that the sellers have to really look at the competition, what's going on there, and pay attention to what is going on in their geographical area, right? And if you have high fees, you're going to be sitting, bottom line. That's what I'm saying consistently. 500 to 600 price range, 41 listings. I saw a lot of triple digits in that category. I saw a lot of tenanted condos in that category as well, which we know no one is going to buy a tenanted condo. It's really, really rare. Unless they have something all signed up. Here's N11. It's all signed up. It's great. It's ready to go. They're leaving. They're okay. But if that's not done, I don't know. It's just risk.
No, most people want to move into a condo. It's not an investment. So they don't want to get involved in that.
They don't want to get involved in that mess. I saw that. I seen some. Here's one on Young Street, 175 days on market, 681 Young Street. 140 Dunlop, there's a 2-bedroom, fees are 962. Huge. Average days for that group is 49 days on market. So lower than 400 to 500 with 110 days on market. average what's sitting
Yeah,
there.
which is kind of funny, eh?
It is more listings a bit. Some of the buildings with those higher fees are sitting and dragging those numbers up. So
Yeah.
6 to 7, 40 listings, average is 45 days on market for that group. So not bad. We're seeing that 40 seems to be the sweet spot, right? Even when
Right.
we talk the 3 to 4 range, 43 days. And then why did we see a loop in 4 to 500 range at 110 days on average? But a few of those buildings are listed in there with high fees. So it's going to
Yeah.
make the numbers skewed. But probably pretty safe to say, you know what? 45 days on market may take to sell a condo, and depending, we don't know. But what
Yeah.
we're seeing,
Yeah.
high
Well,
fees,
there's other variables in each listing too.
there is, and we can't narrow it all down. But what we're seeing a trend is, the Bay Shores, the Blakes, the Albert Streets, some buildings with high fees. Forget it; they're not selling. They're really tough.
Yeah.
6 to 7, 40 listings again, 45 days of market, high prices, triple digits. I find the pricing on some units still fairly high for what the market's willing to pay right now, right? And do we really know what the market's willing to pay right now? This is November. Not really. I think
No, and that's one thing, I think when you're dealing with listings or people that are about to list, I mean, there isn't even enough data and comparables out there to really know what's going on. Not enough is happening.
no.
We know the ones that are sitting there. We can tell you what doesn't work.
Oh, 100%, 100%. And that's easy to find. 7 to 800,000 range, 11 listings, 35 days on market on average. 8 to a million, there's 12 listings. One jumps out at me, 37 Ellen Street, unit 405. It's vacant, price points 839, 203 days on market. That's a lot for that building.
Holy shit.
203 days on market. So I was quite surprised on that. And
Is that a 1 bedroom or 2?
at that price point, it's gonna be 2 bedroom. So again,
What's wrong with it? Isn't that what we all think, right?
that's what we all think too, but it's the price point, right? And there's 5 listings there in the 8s. They're not selling, one in the 9s. One sold, as I mentioned previous, that's been listed for 92 days, conditionally sold in that building. That's so nothing is moving in Ellen Street on Nautica over 8. It's not happening. And 1 bedrooms are always hard to sell. So we're surprised. And the average listings on there today, we combine them all up, the average is 87 days on market.
Wow.
That's a long time for that building. 2 bedrooms.
Oh yeah. Christ, a year ago, I was looking with my people and they were in bidding wars. We couldn't get anything in there.
You couldn't.
They were going for $1 million.
Yeah, I know how that's changed. So that's a condo market, Barrie. Let's see what happens in the new year with it. Let's see what happens with the Bank of Canada. I expect a rate drop, maybe Q1. I don't know. I'm thinking more Q2, but the bond yields continue to come down, which is good for fixed rates. So will it spark some buyers to get off the couch in the new year? We're going to find out if that's going to happen. We'll have a good guide by mid-January, end of January, early Feb.
Yeah, well, I think with the media saying they're going to cut rates, they're going to cut rates, they're going to cut rates, you're going to end up getting the buyers who are worried that there's going to be like an increase in price or a push. So they're going to try to maybe get in there before that happens.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what happened last year, right? We saw a big push in the spring market, right? Where we saw going over, asking over. And again, it was just, they weren't like it was in the peak, not even close. We've seen a lot of different pricing strategies in that time, but we saw bidding wars and we saw traffic.
Yes, we did.
Right. So again, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We're not seeing the traffic for Q4. We didn't see it. It dropped off like a cliff. Bye. See ya.
Yeah.
Right. But then we saw lookers. We saw activity on the looking side. We've seen that at the open house, but that's it. And, and the comments coming from showings, yeah, it's, we're just looking right now. We're just getting a feel for the market, third or fourth time taking them out. That buyer's not making a decision today. They're going to hold off.
I don't think so.
No, I don't really have anything else. I don't know about you.
No, me neither.
All
Hit
right.
the like, subscribe, drop
Yes,
us a comment.
yes. We always forget to say that. So
I
thanks for
know.
that. All
I
right.
know. Okay, see you later.